Hello, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Backyard 2021 Test Series between Alex's 11 and Dan's 11. We have missed you all, and we hope you're all safe and well in these difficult times. The teams are being shown here for you now. Without further ado, we're going to go straight to the toss here at the Bromley Indoor Tennis Centre in Kent. We will go now to Dan Mears and Alex Smith.
Tails is a call. It's a heads. Dan's won the toss. So Dan, what are you going to do?
We're going to bowl first.
Going to have a bowl first. Any thought process in bowling first? Flat track?
No, just don't know what we're going to do. Don't know how it's going to play, and I think we'd be better off chasing.
Okay.
So I'm back last.
No thought in the fact that no one's won chasing yet, or are you still confident with your team
Still
to chase it down?
confident with my team. Very confident. Batsman galore.
Okay. Alex, bad toss to lose?
I would have batted, so yeah, I'm perfectly happy with that. I would have batted anyway, so first use of the pitch, put some scoreboard pressure on, get them chasing under a bit of pressure. I'm more than happy with that, yeah.
So, Dan has won the toss and Dan's 11 will bowl first. Sounds like both captains are pretty pleased with that outcome. Alex saying there he would have batted anyway. We're here now to bring you footage from the first test match at the fabulous Bromley Tennis Centre. This really is a wonderful venue, a new venue for us. We're delighted to be here. The captain himself, Alex Smith, is going to open up alongside Lewis Chapman. And just a quick reminder of some of the rules that are either same from last year or new changes to this year's event. 2 runs for a wide or a no ball and no extra delivery. Anything hit over the bounds will be out with no additional runs. And as per usual, each bowler must bowl one over before anyone can bowl a second. Each bowler must then bowl a second over before anyone can bowl a third. And so on and so forth. So without further ado, let's get going. A wonderful, wonderful occasion. A much bigger series this year. Alex's 11, as you can see on your screen there, the 2020 champions. They secured a 2-0 victory in the 3-match series. This year we will be bringing you 4 test matches as well as a full itinerary of one-day games into the new year. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, before we start proceedings, a big thank you for joining us again. We have missed you. We appreciate this has been a very difficult time for everyone. Neil Murphy is going to start us off with the brand new ball. Interesting decision from Dan Mears. Here we go. And the first ball of the 2021 series drifts away. Little bit of a way swing. Well left from Smith. Interesting choice from Dan Mears to go with Neil Murphy. Not perhaps one of his frontline bowlers. Smith drives straight to the fielder at mid-off. Not one of his frontline bowlers, Dan Mears, so it is possible that with the new series, the nerves, occasionally he's trying to squeeze through and over from Murphy before bringing his heavy-duty bowlers on. But good confident start from Murphy so far. He's found a nice rhythm, and again in the channel, left alone from Smith. This is a debut to all intents and purposes for Neil Murphy. He did briefly feature in the last test of last year's series, but was forced off after about 15 minutes with a leg injury. And Smith knocks it into the leg side, and we are off the mark, ladies and gentlemen. The first score of the 2021 Backyard Ashes series goes to the captain, and that will hand the strike over to his partner Lewis Chapman. And again leaves. It's been a tidy over this from Neil Murphy. Good start to the series from him. Medium pace, not really anything more than that, but bit of shape, relatively accurate thus far. Oh, and that one is a full toss, and that'll be no ball. So a good time to remind you of the rule again. A no ball, 2 runs and no extra delivery. And that will mark the end of the over. And it looks like, yeah, Dan Mears has immediately gone to the youngster, Alvin Sathya. Now this is a player to watch. Really keep your eye out for this young man, ladies and gentlemen. 15 years of age. He is, we suspect, going to be the fastest bowler on display in this series. A fabulous all-round cricketer. Really excited to see how he gets on here. And the first delivery is quick and ducked back in. Smith plays it down to his toes. Really a buzz about this young man, Sathya. An excellent prospect. Very sharp, very fast. And this is up in the air already. No real appeal from the bowler. Umpire not moved. I think that's fully off the pad. A reminder that LBWs only apply if the batsman's not playing a stroke. And the umpire has deemed no inside edge there. So Sathya again to Smith. And that's hit him. And they're going to appeal for this one again. Oh, and he's given him. Well, Smith protests. What a dramatic start here, and a send-off as well there from the fielders. Not nice to see this early in the series. But 9 balls into the new series, and the captain has gone, and he did not look happy. Let's see what we can glean from the... Oh, that's hit the shoulder. Oh, that looks like a poor decision from the umpire. Smith indicated he felt it had come off his shoulder. We may get a better look at it here. Yeah, that seems to have hit him. No contact with bat or glove. It's a poor decision from the umpire. And 5 minutes into the new series, the captain has been sold a dud. But he's got to go. Nothing he can do about that. He's gone for 1, and Sathya strikes early. What a blow for Dan's 11. What a dramatic start to this game. 3 for 1. Now, this is interesting. So, Alex's 11, Bevan West was scheduled to come in at number 3. He has pulled out of this game late on, and instead of drafting in a new batsman to replace him, Alex's 11 have brought in the bowling all-rounder Vamsi Bogireddy and promoted bowler Rob Maguire to number 3. Brave decision from the captain. That's a ripper from Sathya. But a brave decision from the captain to promote Rob Maguire here. A tail-ender by trade. He can bat, but Smith clearly sees more potential than just a bowling all-rounder in Rob Maguire, and trusting him at number 3, a big responsibility here. And after the start they've had, he's going to need him to deliver. Pressure on Rob Maguire, and this has been a fabulous over from young Sathya. Brilliant start, played at breakneck pace. In again now, last ball of the over, and leaves it alone well. So a big opportunity for Rob Maguire to make a statement here about his batting. And we're going to try and get you a look at that Smith dismissal again, just to see if we can isolate the contact with there, because he was very unhappy, the opener. Didn't feel that he'd hit this. Strong protest. It looked as though it may have come off the shoulder, and you can see it there. The gloves and the bat a fair way below the line of the ball. It doesn't appear as though he's hit that. We'll see if we can get another angle from the side, but Smith clearly feels that he's been sold a dud. It was a good delivery from Sathya. Where he's got done here, Smith, is that Smith is 6'5", and Sathya is a little man. Didn't expect it to bounce that high on him, so he's played with low hands. And you can see there, clearly off the shoulder. So one captain departs and another enters proceedings now. Dan Mears looking to follow on from the great start his side have had here, and he's bowling at Chapman. And that's going to be a wide. Just drifted away, bit of a loosener from Mears. Dramatic start here though. Smith clearly unhappy with that decision. Oh, and that's a ripper. Absolute beauty from Mears. That's stuck back in. Had a good series last year, Dan Mears. Didn't have the wickets to show for it. He was unlucky, but bowled well throughout. Good movement. Oh, and he has done as well there. It's an inside edge. And good running from Maguire calls Chapman through. He's off the mark. Good start this from Mears. And in he comes again now to Maguire, the left-hander. Spilled by the wicket-keeper. And that'll be a bye, the first bye of the day. Just to confirm, byes and leg byes do apply, but there is no boundary, so all byes and leg byes must be run. So that's why you've seen there the ball cross the boundary, but still a single. That's a beauty. Another good delivery from Dan Mears. Excellent start from him. This has been a really, really good start from his team as well. They've won the toss and chosen to bowl. Interesting decision. And it's drifted down the leg side. So good over that from Mears. But Lewis Chapman survives. It's 7 for 1. Take a breath, everybody, and welcome back again. And we have a debutant now. Harvey Tiffin from Carlisle. The northernmost member of this series. Young all-rounder. Bowler as a priority, but can also swing the bat. And his first delivery in backyard cricket. Drifts down leg. Bit of swing there, though. Interesting stance, Maguire. Loose hands, very loose. Not a lot of foot movement early, and that's a wild delivery, no ball. Does take some getting used to this format, and Harvey Tiffin is going to have to adapt quickly. But just to go back to Rob Maguire, when he's in full flow and he gets going, he's a lovely player to watch. But as a bowling all-rounder, he's been given a lot of extra responsibility here. And that's a wide. A lot of trust from the captain. And Tiffin in again. And another loose one. He has struggled here. This has been a poor opening over from Harvey Tiffin in backyard cricket. Dot, no ball, wide. Really struggled to land this so far. In again and a full toss. He may have even got a little nick on that. Looked like he might have just snicked that into the ground, but plays with soft hands, Maguire. That's where his technique is so suited to backyard cricket. He plays with such low, soft hands. Good player off the front foot. As you see there, well played. And a good finish to what was a shaky first over from Harvey Tiffin, 13 for 1. Going to wait and see who Dan Mears chooses in the rotation next. It looks like it's going to be Bijal Patel, featured in one test match last year and did well. Good player, very experienced player, and he's on now to Chapman. Oh, and he's got him fishing. First real false shot of the day, first play and miss of the day. Patel in again. And not a good follow-up. That's a shame that. Really good first ball on the money. He would have hoped to apply pressure with a sound follow-up, but that was a little bit loose. And so was that. That's even wider. And yep, umpire calls this one. No way around that, really. Clear wide. Only 2 runs off the bat so far, but Alex's 11 sit on 15 for 1. There's been a bit of ill discipline from Dan's 11, and that could have been a wide. Generous from the umpire. Just to confirm again, we are bringing you this footage from the Bromley Tennis Centre in Kent, which is a fabulous venue. Lovely staff who have been very, very accommodating. We are delighted to be here, and a big thank you to them for hosting this test match. And wafts outside off stump, but never in too much danger. Bit of a loose over from Patel, but only 2 off it, and those were from wides. Here's another player we've been really excited to see, Yusuf Sharif. Excellent all-rounder. Very good player, and it'll be interesting to see how he goes in this series. Very talented. Starts poorly, but Alex Smith did go on the record to say that he had wanted Yusuf Sharif in his side when selection was done. Wasn't able to get him, and that's a good snip for Dan's 11. Really good player, Yusuf Sharif, although that was a poor delivery. Just struggling to adjust to the left-hander here. And he's going to come round the wicket. Good move while he looks to get his line right, but that's a bit too short. So it's not the first time we've seen this. Harvey Tiffin and Bijal Patel both struggled to land this ball early on. Bit of rust here, having been a year out of this format of the game. That's a bit better, still a little short. So it looks like Dan's 11 just taking some time to get back into the swing of things here. They have got themselves an early wicket, but they'll want to take a couple more here and really blast through this lineup. Oh, and that's a good delivery. Doesn't need to play at that, Rob Maguire. At this stage of the game, could have let that one go, but probably desperate to get off the mark and feel back on ball. Ducks out of that one. Looks composed so far, both batsmen. Steady start from them, 17 for 1. And we can see 4 bowlers remaining in the rotation. It looks like it will be Adam Stevens next, another debutant from Dan's team. Left arm spinner by trade in club cricket. We'll see if he sticks to that here or if he's going to bowl seam up. He can also bowl seam. It'll be interesting to see what he chooses. And Lewis Chapman, you can see there, has gone right across to off stump now. Closed himself off a little bit, but he's dug that one out. Had a couple of issues with being bowled through the gate last year, Lewis Chapman, and you can really see the change now. He's come right over onto that off stump. And they're going to run this. Yeah, almost got in each other's way, and it's a good arm from Sam Dennis behind the stumps. But they get home. It looks like it's been given as a dead ball. Yeah, not playing a shot. The umpire has decided that Lewis Chapman was not playing a shot when that ball struck him. So, dead ball, no run. So he'll have to face the music again from Stevens. Short and loose. Easily evaded from Chapman. Looks good so far. Looks composed. And and again not playing a shot as that one deflects off him, so no run taken again. Just caught the back of the thigh there. Stevens again. And another wild delivery down leg side. Generous start from the umpire here. That could have been wided. He's been quite lenient thus far. And that's a short delivery again, which is well left from Lewis Chapman. Alex's 11, just some signs of recovery here from that early loss. A wicket after just 9 balls. Although they've only scored 1 run off the bat since then, they have looked composed after a couple of early scares and inside edges. And James Crowther now, left arm medium pace. Only Sam Dennis and Gurpal Singh left in the rotation after this over. As Crowther comes on. For his first ball of the series, he was excellent with the bat last year, one of the standout players, but did struggle with the ball, and his first delivery has gone for 4. And that is the first boundary of the 2021 series, and Rob Maguire has played it beautifully right over the top of it. Yeah, you can see there, very, very nicely played. Good control, picked his gap, didn't overhit it. Lovely stroke and some elaborate umpiring from square leg there as well. Crowther in again to Maguire. And again it's short, and this one's pulled firmer, and I think that may have been a drop. Just out of eye shot of the camera. I think that's been put down. Did it carry? It's gone for 4. Did this carry? It may well have done. Yeah, it has. Oh, that's poor. It's Yusuf Sharif out there. Should have held that. He's a good cricketer. Normally a safe pair of hands. But that's an opportunity that should have been taken. And Maguire gets a life. He moves to 8. First 2 boundaries of the match come from Crowther's first 2 balls. And it's down the leg side. And they opt not to take the bye. It's gone to Harvey Tiffin, who does have an excellent arm. So that may go some way towards explaining why they've not run there. But that'll be a big disappointment for James Crowther. He's not a natural bowler, but he can buy wickets like that. Because it is so tempting to flash at him, as you're seeing there again from Maguire. He can draw false shots and get batsmen playing mistiming strokes that they would normally nail. And he's been unlucky there. His fielder's let him down. A let-off for Maguire. Can he make the most of it? Can Alex's 11 make the most of that early life? Crowther again, and down leg side. And they're going to run this one. So Maguire will keep the strike for the next over. We are 8 overs in. What a fabulous start it's been. Very, very intriguing so far. It's 26 for 1. And it looks like the new bowler is going to be Sam Dennis, another debutant. Batsman by trade. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on with the ball. Very talented player and one to watch in this series, especially with the bat when his time comes. Starts with a decent delivery here. It's moved away late. Didn't quite tempt Maguire to commit to the stroke, but certainly had a little look at it. Dennis in again. And again, another little teaser on a length. That's a better delivery. They're going to test Maguire's patience here. How long can he leave these alone? How long can he stay composed? Is he going to start opening up soon? Oh, he's got it through for 4. Don't think it carried to the slip cordon. Just a little late glance. It's a shot he plays really well. Rob Maguire, that little late dab. Soft hands again. Into the ground. Through the slip cordon for 4. Very nicely played, and follows up with a short ball, and they pinch an easy single, which will be a bite. Looking good so far, Rob Maguire. Very composed start from him. Chapman keeping him solid company at the other end, and again you can see here just how far across to off stump he's getting here. No LBWs, so he's really trying to cut down the risk of losing his stumps, which was a problem for him last year. It's so far been a good move for Lewis Chapman. He's looked pretty secure up to now. Maybe a little limited in his leg side strokes because of this. As you can see there, he is having to play around his hip. But his main job is to stay in and build a platform, and he's done that expertly so far. We are down to the last over of the first bowling rotation, and it's going to be Gurpal Singh, live wire, energetic cricketer, another batsman by trade, but can contribute with the ball and brings a certain energy. Does everything at 100 miles an hour. Now, where's that? Is that going to be 4? It is. Nicely timed from Maguire. Got down well to that. Yeah, very nice. Composed, rolled the wrist on it. Held the pose ever so slightly there. Good piece of batting that. And Maguire moves to 16, having been dropped on 4. He's rattled off a few boundaries now. Runs coming at quite a pace. As Gurpal Singh responds. Good delivery. Really are set for a fascinating series. These two teams so evenly matched. Gurpal Singh, seam up so far, but he can bowl leg spin, and he is a good leg spinner. Be interesting to see if he chooses to vary that at any point, as Maguire pinches a single. Good running. Never really in any danger there. Good judgment, ran early, both players committed to it. Good bit of batting. Field not quite ready. As Gurpal Singh comes into Chapman. Just a reminder again that including the wicketkeeper, there must be 3 players behind square at all times in the field, which, like we say, does include the wicketkeeper, and that's an inside edge. Chapman gets a single. Couple of balls left to go in the over. But he's adapted quicker than most in this rotation, Gurpal Singh. We've seen some loose overs, but pretty much everything's been reasonably on the money from him so far here, but he has gone for 6 up to now, which probably doesn't reflect fairly on the way he's bowled. Decent bouncer there. Perhaps not quite the pace to really rush Maguire, but got it right up there nonetheless. And follows it up with an excellent delivery. Good ball. That was a good over from Gurpal Singh. 37 for 1 at the end of the first rotation. Alex's 11 will be fairly happy with that. And here we go. It's going to be that man again, Alvin Sathya, the youngster who's got the only wicket so far. Brilliant pace. He was a bit lucky to get that wicket. Poor decision from the umpire, but a brilliant bit of bowling nonetheless. Gets unexpected bounce. He's not a tall man, but can get this ball to spring, and at such high pace as well. Moves it both ways. He really is an excellent cricketer. And it is astonishing to think that as gifted as he is with the ball, he is primarily a batting all-rounder. So much talent. We can't wait to see how he goes in this series. Really is top of the range, Alvin Sathya. But he's got a job to do here, because since his early wicket, Rob Maguire and Lewis Chapman have rebuilt excellently. Dan's 11 don't want this partnership to drift on too much longer. It has played very nicely from Chapman, right in behind that. Solid defence. New off-stump guard seems to be working for him up to now. Oh, beaten there. And he'll be pleased to get down the other end there, Chapman. That was a ripper from Sathya. Moved in late, beat the wicketkeeper inside. Beat the batsman outside his bat, and the wicketkeeper inside the stumps. Round the wicket now to Maguire. Good delivery and well played. I think that was a bunt ball. Had Bijal Patel made up the ground there, I don't think that would have been given anyway. Oh, it is a no ball. He has no balled him. So definitely wouldn't have counted had that been held anyway. Into Maguire again. Short, quick. Little bit too short. Just half a foot lower, and that's a really testing bouncer for Maguire to have to deal with. But he was able to get underneath this one. And gets solidly behind that. He's looked in good touch, Rob Maguire. Primarily bats in the lower order, usually. Number 7 or 8 territory, but Smith has promoted him up here to number 3 in the absence of Bevan West. And he has looked very solid up to now. Sees off that over. That's another over from Alvin Sathya that Alex's 11 don't have to worry about for another rotation now. So it's important that they see him off during his overs, and it's going to be, looks like Neil Murphy again. So quite a contrast in pace here. Clever from Dan Mears. Raw pace of Alvin Sathya to the more slower, gentle rhythm of Neil Murphy. Be interesting to see if the batsmen can keep their composure. No need on that occasion though. Loud in the field as well at Dan's 11. Energetic start from them. Whether they can keep it up through the whole test match will be interesting to see. Oh, and that's missed by nothing. Brilliant delivery. Wafted at it, Lewis Chapman. Little break in concentration there. And that could be, like we said, the pace of Sathya and the focus required to deal with that. You can take your eye off Neil Murphy if he immediately follows. Just needs to get himself back in order here, Chapman. And he has done. Leaves again. testing from Murphy. He's been accurate so far. This has been a good performance from Neil Murphy up to now. Found a nice rhythm. Oh, that's it beautifully. And that's carried all the way. That's a lovely shot. Shot of the morning so far from Lewis Chapman. Beautiful timing and placement. Straight back over the umpire's head. Just about carried for 6. Didn't try and overhit it. That's a lovely strike. Have a look at it again here. Beautifully timed. That is a wonderful bit of cricket from Lewis Chapman. Starting to find his scoring feet as well now. Oh no, he's left a straight one. This is going to be out. That's absolutely plumb. No question. Oh, what a shame for Lewis Chapman. Just looked like he was settling in and finding his rhythm, and he's had a complete brain fade there. He's left a straight one. Bang on middle stump. Oh, what a poor bit of batting. No question about this one whatsoever. Brilliant from Neil Murphy. He's bowled well in his 2 overs so far, and look at the celebrations. Very popular player, Neil Murphy. And it's great to see him enjoying his cricket, but that is such a shame for Lewis Chapman. He built a good platform there. But it does bring to the crease, arguably 2020's man of the series, Ricky Borrett. Contributed with bat and ball in every test last year. And he's got to dig his side out of a bit of a hole here. 46 for 2. Having been put into bat, they won't be too unhappy with that, but they would have been expecting a score in the region of 200. May need a partnership between these two in order to get there. Borrett, the lead batsman in the side. And Dan Mears on to try and follow up that breakthrough from Neil Murphy. What a bonus that is for Dan's 11. Lewis Chapman has thrown away a solid platform there. Oh, that's a good start from Mears. Don't think there was any bat on that. I think that's come off the boot. What a bonus from Dan's 11. Lewis Chapman will be gutted. That's a good bouncer. Really used the short ball excessively so far this morning. Haven't been afraid to try and get it right up there, particularly at Rob Maguire. Now, has he got bat on this? Umpire signals 4. Looked like it may have clipped the outside of the leg, but he's given it as runs. Replay should give us a clearer idea. Oh, it could have been an inside edge. Might well have been an inside edge through the legs. And they get the boundary. Maguire moves to 21, and that's 50 up for Alex's 11. Good follow-up from Mears. But well so far today, Dan Mears. And they'll take one for that. Yeah, comfortably home. Will they look for a second? Maguire wants it. No. Borrett says no. So Ricky Borrett to face his first delivery. 2 left-handers at the crease, and it's Mears. Oh, what about that? What a catch that is from Dan Mears. Umpire says no. Brilliant reflexes from Dan Mears. Umpire saying it's come off either the boot or the leg. The bowler was convinced. Let's see if we can have a look here. Oh, hard to tell from that angle. It's a brilliant catch. Magnificent from Mears. Hard to say from that angle. Will this tell us anything? Oh, it seems to have come off the bat. Well, that might make up for the Smith dismissal. That may well have come off the bat. Very difficult to tell from those angles, but Dan's 11 were convinced. It's a brilliant, brilliant bit of fielding off his own bowling. Deserved the wicket just for the catch, but Ricky Borrett survives. Hard to tell if he's hit that or not. We will try and bring you another replay and see if we can get any clarity on that, but for now, tough to tell from those angles. He may well have got bat on that. As Bijal Patel, the new bowler, drifts one outside the off stump to Maguire. Well, if he has hit that, then, like I say, we can call that even for the Smith dismissal. As Maguire plays down the line. Good delivery. Just patted down from Maguire. Never looks flustered, never looks rushed. Seems to have a lot of time to play the ball. Drifts down leg side. 51 for 2. You think both teams would be relatively happy with this? The luck could have gone both directions. Both teams will feel like they could be in a better position, but both teams will also feel like they've done well to get where they are. If Alex's 11 can get a partnership going here, then they will feel that they can control this game. Be looking at a score in the sort of 200 to 250 region, as Maguire pats one down again. Good over that from Patel. Maiden, it's 51 for 2. And it is going to be Yusuf Sharif again. Bowled a tidy first over. Oh, that's a good one as well. Excellent from Sharif. And again to Borrett, the new man. Oh, and another excellent delivery. Well, the last couple of overs, ever since the wicket of Lewis Chapman, Dan's 11 have piled on the pressure here. They are all over the batsman at the moment. Can Borrett and Maguire hang on? Oh, they've taken the single. This is going to be close. Oh. Well, I reckon he's out if that hits. Looked a yard short there, Maguire. It was Alvin Sathya, not a man whose arm you want to take on too often. We'll have a look at the replay here. Borrett desperate to get off the mark. Maguire was late. Only just taken off there. Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's not even in the picture. Gone by a mile. And that is a big let-off for Maguire. Not for the first time today. It was Borrett who called him through. Alvin Sathya, not a man whose arm you want to make a habit of taking on. And that's another brilliant delivery. What an over this has been from Yusuf Sharif. Dan's 11 all over Alex's team at the moment. Brilliant from them so far. It looks like there's a bit of an issue here. I think there may be an issue with the ball. So just to recap what we've seen here so far, Alex Smith was caught by Sharif, bowled Sathya for 1. Lewis Chapman, LBW to Murphy for 8. 52 for 2. Dan's 11 won the toss here at the Bromley Tennis Centre in Kent for the first test match of 4 in this series. Backyard cricket is truly up and running again. Soak it in and catch your breath while we've got this delay. There's a reminder of the scorecard, as we mentioned there. Rob Maguire carrying the fight at the moment for Alex's side, and Ricky Borrett just arrived at the crease. Has had a couple of scares already. Very even contest at the moment. Tough to tell who the happier side will be. Seeing the bowling there, the standouts, Sathya and Murphy with the wickets, but Yusuf Sharif and Dan Mears have also bowled excellently and applied pressure as well. It looks like we're ready to get up and running again. Looks like the umpire there, they're still discussing that potential catch from Borrett that the umpire gave not out. Sharif. Well played from Maguire. That was the 5th ball of the over. The first 4 before that delay there were excellent from Sharif. He will hope that the delay hasn't upset his rhythm. Oh, it's another good one. It's hit him. That was a brilliant over. Deserved better, Yusuf Sharif. Magnificent bowling from Dan's 11 at the moment. Every over causing problems. And it'll be up to Harvey Tiffin now to keep that going. Borrett and Maguire really under the cosh here. Really having to work hard and fight for every run. Tiffin the debutant. Oh, it's going to be a wide. And a bye as well. So that'll be 3 runs added to the total. 3 wides. First over was a poor one, Harvey Tiffin, and he'll really need to apply pressure in this over. They're all over Alex's 11 at the moment. Can't afford to lose momentum, but that's what they're going to do if he bowls too many of those. Successive wides to start the over. This is a let-off for Maguire and Borrett. Need a tight over here. Oh, it's in the air. And what's that for, I think? 6. It's carried all the way. Was there the chance of a catch in there? Has he got away with one? Or has he picked the gap? Oh, it would have been a tough one. Think he's played that well, Maguire. Low full toss. 6 runs. Well, this is just what Dan's 11 didn't want here. To leak runs and let the pressure through, and it's going to be another boundary, and that one is played with a lot more control. That's probably Maguire's best shot in this innings up to now. It's a lovely stroke. And this is a new career high score for Rob Maguire. As they run the leg bite. Well, this has been an excellent over for Alex's 11. All that pressure that they were under. The chances, the nerves, Dan's 11 all over them like a rash. This over has gone for 16 and just swung the momentum back their way. Just what Dan's 11 didn't want as Borat plays and misses. Maguire, previous highest score, 24. Like we mentioned earlier, he usually bats in the nether regions, but he's been given a chance up the order today to make an impression, and he is certainly taking it. He's looked very composed. He's been in control right from the start. He's had a couple of let-offs, dropped on 4, and then a missed run out, which would have been out by a fair distance. But by and large, he's been excellent. Made good decisions, he's run well. Been calm and collected, hasn't looked ruffled when things haven't been going his way. It's been a very promising innings this from Maguire. And he will hope that there's plenty more to come, including, hopefully from his point of view, a maiden backyard 50. We shall see. Stevens. Not quite got his radar on this over. Yet to concede a run. He's bowled 9 deliveries. But they haven't been 9 deliveries that have carried too much of a threat as Maguire drives. This will be a single. Oh, and a misfield, and they're going to pick up another for this. Yeah. Sloppy. Just signs that Harvey Tiffin over previously has just released the pressure valve. A little bit of sloppiness in the field there. And it does seem as though the pressure and momentum that Dan's 11 were building may have gone with the damaged ball. The delay we had there, they were really building up a head of steam up until that delay. And it just seems to have drifted a little back in favour of Alex's 11 since then. That's another short ball, but he gets away with it. No wide called. And that is the end of the 17th, and it is 70 for 2. Partnership now 24, of which Borat has contributed just the 1, but he will be on strike now for James Crowther. All right, looks like it's going to be Gurpal Singh. Oh, where's he going? Where's this? Oh. Would he have had him? Would he have had him? Let's have a look. It was Neil Murphy, who's been impressive in the field and with the ball so far. Been one of the standout performers of the morning. Ah, he's home. Yeah, got the dive in, Ricky Borat. Would have been home. Miscommunication. He wanted the run. Always eager to take one off his own bat, Ricky Borat. The old Kevin Peterson Red Bull run. Borat, a similar type of player. Very aggressive, very positive. Puts pressure on the fielders, puts pressure on the bowlers. Doesn't like to be tied down. And 9 times out of 10 it works for him. And they'll get a bye for that. Down leg side again. Singh to Maguire. He's let that hit him. Good decision not to run there, I think. Sam Dennis got round well with the gloves on. In the air, and just short again of Harvey Tiffin. Good delivery from Gurpal Singh. And another good delivery on the money. Maguire keeps it out. Perhaps just an element of frustration creeping into Dan's 11 now. You can see there, of the 71 for 2, 27 extras. Far too many for this stage of an innings. They have struggled with their lines. It has been a year, though, since we've played this game. This format of the game, so it will take some time to adjust. As Crowther comes in now, the new bowler. After this, just Sam Dennis left in this bowling rotation, as Ricky Borat leaves that one alone. Oh, that's a horrible delivery. And that will be a wide and a single. Puts Maguire back on strike. Which will probably annoy Ricky Borat. He'll have been looking at this as an opportunity to get some runs under his belt and get going properly. Oh, as we've seen there from Maguire, lovely stroke. Probably his strongest area, the cut shot. Timed it beautifully, straight into the ground, picked the gap. Look at that. Looks brilliant from that angle. Beautifully played from Maguire. Very impressive 38 from him. Oh, good fielding. Oh, and excellent again. Brilliant from the pair of them out there, Yusuf Sharif and Dan Mears. They get a single. Excellent work to keep that down to 1. Oh, as Borat has a flash. Just not looked settled, Ricky Borat, up to now. Usually such a fluent player. He can be a nervous starter. It can often take him a while to get going, and that'll help. The problem for Dan's 11 is that when you've got a player like Ricky Borat who can be a bit of a nervous starter, it's imperative you keep him tied down, and they've bowled too many of these wides, balls down leg side for byes, just to keep the score ticking over. The partnership has reached here 36, and Borat has had 1, and they've not had to work too hard for some of those either. Been a bit of a letdown so far for Dan's 11, the discipline with the bowling. That's better, and they get 1. Good effort from the fielder, but I think he's home. No real interest from Sam Dennis, who was the nearest fielder to it. Little outside edge. Yeah, it's a bit of an amble from Ricky Borat. He's comfortably home. Yeah, he's almost level with the stumps at contact there. In control of that one all the way. And it'll put Rob Maguire back in the firing line. Sam Dennis has been okay so far. Pretty accurate. That's a good delivery and well played from Maguire. Swinging Yorker. Tracked it well, got right behind it. And again, those soft hands making sure the ball stays down after contact. Dennis in again, the debutant. Full toss, jabbed for 1. Happy to take one to Neil Murphy's arm, although we've seen earlier on that he does have the ability to get it in quick. But they've been happy to run to him so far. Borat plays down the channel. There's been a decent over this from Sam Dennis, but the batsmen have played it excellently and rotated the strike well, as they've done again there. Good running. Very good running. Rob Maguire's call, very alert in there. He was going to Tiffin's weaker side, going to his left side. Good sharp run in that from Maguire. Pinching every run here, and this could prove vital in the final analysis, and that'll be a wide again. And the call of over from the umpire. And that is 2 full rotations in the hat. And Alex's 11, having been asked to bat first, have only lost 2 wickets. They'll be very happy with that. You would say at this stage they are probably ahead of the game. I think you'd rather be in Alex's camp here now, as this partnership begins to settle. And that's for first boundary for Ricky Borat. Sharif just over pitching a fraction there. Played it well. One hand off the bat. Put everything through that. Moves to 7. Good follow-up now. Has he nicked it? Big appeal from behind the stumps. Not much from the bowler, but the slips are convinced. James Crowther with the gloves on is absolutely certain that he's hit this. Let's see what we can get. Oh, it looks like stomach. Hard to tell from that angle, but he really did appear to have the bat well below the line of the ball there. Crowther is convinced that that's flicked the hand, maybe. Tough to tell from that angle, but first impression is that looked like stomach. And he's let that one hit him again. Similar delivery and similar shot from Ricky Borat. Well, Crowther was absolutely convinced that he'd hit that. He was furious, the wicketkeeper. Not much from the bowler, though. Umpire unmoved. Oh, that's a good delivery. They'll get a bye for it. Swung late and Borat had moved across his stumps. You could see what Sharif was trying to do. It's been another excellent over from him. Despite having not taken a wicket, he's probably been the standout bowler so far. Drifts that one down leg and well taken from the wicketkeeper Crowther there. Good performance this from Sharif. But Maguire has been up to everything that's been asked of him so far. Last ball of the over. Oh, he's cleaned him. Brilliant from Yusuf Sharif. Fist bump from Rob Maguire. He thoroughly deserves that, Sharif. Maguire has been excellent. He's handled everything Dan's 11 have thrown at him. But Sharif too hot to handle there. Sends the stumps cartwheeling. Really good ball. Swung late again. That was the key to it. Rob Maguire played inside the line. Brilliant bit of bowling. And it ends a really good innings. He's played brilliantly, Maguire. Given the chance up the order, and you'd have to say he's taken it. That was an impressive 40. And he's kept Alex's 11 in this game. Without that contribution, they could be in a whole world of trouble. Nav Saeed, the new batsman. Solid, if unspectacular. Dogged player. But vital to the way this team will operate in this series. Their plan for him will be to be the glue that holds the rest of the stroke-playing middle order together. Especially once Bevan West returns for the second test match. Important that he makes a contribution here. Add another wicket or two and suddenly this platform looks a little shaky. But for now, you'd say Alex's 11 have set themselves a decent platform. Especially if Ricky Borrett can get going in the way that we know he can do. And the captain, Mears, is going to look to seize this initiative. Another wicket now would be priceless if they can, especially if they can get Borrett. Down leg side again. There's just been too many of those pressure relieving deliveries that the batsmen haven't had to play at. Not too much they've had to actually solidly defend up to now as Borrett plays down the line. 21 and a bit overs in. How many forward defensives have we actually seen in this innings? Not too many. Not been too much that have asked questions of them. That's a lovely shot. Hammered from Borrett. Excellent through the offside. Plays well through the covers. And yeah, really generates some late power from a low back lift. Doesn't get that bat high, but he does get some power through the forearms. Saeed calls him through for one. Mears not quite got it right to the left-hander so far. Bowled well at Lewis Chapman earlier in the day, but whenever Maguire and Borrett have been on strike, he's not quite had his radar on. And finds it again immediately for Saeed. Is this out? No, not given again. Well, it has all been going on here. That's probably the third decision now that has gone against Dan's 11 that they feel there's bat involved. The third catch that's been given not out. That one, in fairness, looked like it came off the leg. Have to say, I think the umpire's got that one right, but Dan's 11 will be feeling the hard luck story at the moment. And they've turned to their strike bowler, Alvin Sathya, to make something happen here. They would dearly love one more breakthrough before another partnership develops. If they could get Ricky Borrett, they'd be well on top of this game. Good pace from Sathya. In he comes again now to Borrett. He's got a bat on it, and that's four. Played that nicely. Again, seeing the strength of the forearms there. Not a high back lift. Plays with low hands, but really whips through the ball. Quite a big gap on that leg side. And Borrett has found it with impunity. 100 up for Alex's 11. Lets that one go through. Good response from Sathya. Good pace as well. 101 for 3. Tough to call this one, but you'd say Alex's 11 have probably just got their noses ahead. Good delivery in the air again and just short again. Can't relax against Alvin Sathya. Asks you questions every ball at such high pace. 15 years of age, such a promising player. Oh, and a ripper. That's an absolute beauty from Sathya. Fielders have backed him up with noise and energy. Makes things happen. And again, good leave from Ricky Borrett. That was a very high class over. Excellently bowled from Sathya and excellently played from Ricky Borrett. High quality cricket. And for the second time today, Dan Mears has followed the pace of Alvin Sathya with the trundling of Neil Murphy. Last time around it brought him the wicket of Lewis Chapman. Oh, and it may bring him a wicket here. It has done. That's over the fence. He's hit the roof, Nav Saeed. That's out. Oh, that's such a gift. Lack of composure, possible loss of concentration. For the man who's supposed to be the glue in the middle order, that is a reckless stroke. Neil Murphy, 2 for 9. Good captaincy from Dan Mears. The second time today he's used Murphy to follow an over from Sathya. And the second time it's been rewarded with a wicket from the change of pace and the change of concentration levels from the batsman. And the new man here is going to be the debutant, the man drafted in at the last moment to replace Bevan West. It's the bowling all-rounder Vamsi Bogireddy. Another all-action cricketer, tends not to hang around. He scores at 1,000,000 miles an hour, bowls ripping leg spin. And this may not be the longest spell at the crease you're ever going to see, but if he's there for any length of time, it's going to be entertaining. Shot a ball type player, Bogireddy. And here he is now to face his first delivery in backyard cricket and knocks it away into the offside for one. Neil Murphy, 2 for 9. What a bonus that is for Dan's 11. Not one of their frontline bowlers, but he's bowled really well today. Everything has been there or thereabouts. That's in the air and it's 6. What a start that is. Vamsi Bogireddy, well, we said he's not going to hang around. Second ball, he smashed it straight back over mid-off. Got a good piece of it. Could have been out. In the event, it's 6. Oh, he smashed that as well, and that's 4. That's a much better shot. Much better control on that one. Got right over the top of that. It did pop up a little bit on him. And he's played it well. And where's that? It's another boundary. Lamp that one away. What a start this is from Vamsi Bogireddy. 14 off just 4 deliveries. Really not taking his time here. Brilliantly entertaining, and he's put Murphy off his lines. That's a wide. Murphy has been faultless up to now, but that little assault seems to have rattled him slightly there. Let's have a look at those 2 boundaries again. Or the 3, sorry. This is Vamsi Bogireddy's start. That's the 6. Follows it up with a crunching drive, and then perhaps the best of the lot to finish. Lovely flick through mid-wicket. What a start for him on his backyard debut. But a big over that one for Dan's 11. They got the wicket of Nav Saeed for naught. Huge bonus to get a player of that quality out for a duck. Big moment in the test match potentially. And as one debutant, Vamsi Bogireddy, comes to the crease, another debutant, Adam Stevens, is going to take the ball. Drifts a little wide. Figures look good, Adam Stevens. 2 overs for 2 runs. But not too many of those the batsman has had to play. He's really struggled to find his radar. Looks like there may be an issue with the ball. And they are going to take the change of ball. So there are 3 balls available for each innings that can be taken whenever the bowling captain chooses, any time after the 20th over. And it looks like they've opted to take a new one here. Not happy with the condition of the old one, which may have something to do with those 3 electric strokes from Vamsi Bogireddy. Stevens again not making the batsman play. Too many of those from him so far today. Not been punished, but not especially threatening. That's a good delivery. Swung late. Borat flashed at it. That was more of a tempter. When he gets it up there, he could be more of a threat. But again, he's just brought his length back there. Too short and easy for Borat to leave. Full toss, and Borat will feel he's missed out there. Good awareness from Crowther behind the stumps. I think Borat was home anyway. And down the leg side again. And that's another maiden from Adam Stevens, protecting his figures, but another over that's not really done much good for the team. Bit of a stalemate there. Not much threat as Mears works out his rotation. He will be about to be told that he's got 5 bowlers left, and Alvin Sathya is not one of them. He has used his over in this rotation, so it's going to be Bijal Patel to come on to Vamsi Bogireddy. Such a flying start to Bogireddy's backyard cricket career. .644 from his first 4 deliveries. Tucked into the leg side, but straight to Yusuf Sharif, and they won't take one. Not a fielder you want to take on, Sharif. Patel in again. Oh, where's that? Into the ground. Jammed it into the floor. Really playing a shot of ball here, Bogireddy. He's looking to strike boundaries off every delivery. Can Bijal Patel keep him quiet? He can. Good delivery, that. Clever bowling from Bijal Patel. Just caught him in 2 minds. The corridor of uncertainty. In again now. And nicked on short. Don't think that carried, Tahoe. Sam Dennis in the slips. I don't think that's carried. Very deep at first slip there, Dennis. Almost a short third man and a play and miss again. Quality over this so far from Bijal Patel. Very intelligent. Almost rewarded with a wicket. That's in the air. Oh, dropped. And 4. Oh, they could have had him twice in the space of 3 balls. It's an excellent over from Bijal Patel. Bogey Reddy survives. The first one landed just short of slip. This one really should have been taken. Going to Tiffin's left side, not his stronger side. But even so, he'll feel he could have done a lot better. He's been dropped on 14, Bogey Reddy. 121 for 4. And whatever is going to happen in this game seems to be happening quickly. Bogey Reddy, one way or another, is going to break out of the shackles here. Gurpal Singh, the bowler. Full toss. Borat misses out. Not for the first time he's missed out on a leg-sided full toss there. Not quite able to get a sliver of bat on it. Singh again. He's not missed out on that one. Beautifully played. 4 runs. Had a few opportunities to get that stroke away. That's the first time he's managed to quite nail it. And follows up by overcompensating Gurpal Singh and throwing that a bit too wide of off stump, although it's not called a wide. Oh, he's had a waft at that. On the charge, Ricky Borrett. Just some signs he might be getting frustrated here. This has been quite a subdued innings by his standards. Not free-flowing by any stretch. Played some nice shots, but not really ever been able to get away. Oh, and he's had a waft at that as well. Just doesn't look in prime nick at the moment, Ricky Borrett. Looks like he's just struggling to impose himself. He's hung around. He's fought really, really hard against some high-quality bowling. And he's not quite been able to dominate. And just some signs that he might be getting a bit frustrated there. Harvey Tiffin struggled in his 2 overs up to now. And he's going to bowl at the hyper-aggressive Vamsi Bogey Reddy. 21 from Tiffin's 2 overs. Mostly in wides, you'd have to say. And that's going to be a 6. Caught that clean. All bottom hand, that. Almost a shovel back over the bowler's head. Puts Tiffin under pressure straight away. Yes, yeah. Shoveled, I think, is the word for that. Very interesting stroke. Stand and deliver. Can Tiffin recover? Oh, he can. Bogey Reddy. Whoa, swiped at that. Almost trying to put that through square leg from a ball that's on a length outside off. Tiffin again. And evades it. Minor appeal from slip, but don't think he was close to that. All sorts happening here. When Bogey Reddy's on strike, it really is. Shot a ball. And he's putting the debutant under pressure here. Oh, he's lapped that. That's 4. That was controlled. That's a much better stroke, that one. Picked the gap nicely. Tiffin really feeling the heat on his debut here. Oh, he's under it. There's that. That's out. Into the roof, which counts as out of bounds. So that's a wicket for Harvey Tiffin. Bit of a gift from Bogey Reddy. Was just starting to get on top of the debutant, but the low full toss, he smacked it straight into the roof. Tiffin has his reward. It's been a day of toil for him so far. Not been able to deliver his best, the debutant. But that should settle his nerves. An enterprising, electric innings from Bogey Reddy. 28 off just 15 balls. Really got this game moving at a breakneck pace as soon as he came to the crease. And Elliot Fox is the new man. Handy all-rounder. Can contribute with bat and ball. Brings a good energy. Runs well between the wickets. He's a positive character, Elliot Fox. And he does tend to save his best for the big occasion. So, will we see the best of him here? That was Harvey Tiffin's maiden backyard wicket, of course. So, congratulations to him. He's got 1 ball left in this over to see if he can maximise the new man. Tiffin to Fox. And down leg side. Poor delivery again. Gives away a bite. Has really struggled on. It's going to be another sloppy fielding out there again. Bit of a gift for Fox, first ball. Pressure reliever. But Dan's 11, you'd have to say, in command now. 137 for 5. Looks to be below par. Especially given that the bowling has not been consistent or accurate. It has been a bit of a mishmash. Some brilliant overs and brilliant deliveries, but some loose ones in there as well. You'd have to say Dan's 11 will be more than happy with where they sit at the moment. Oh, that's 4. Tried to bluff him there, Sam Dennis. That was a bit of a lollipop. Tried to buy a wicket, potentially over the fence, but he's just given him an absolute lollipop there. Borrett's not going to miss out on that. Smashes it for 4. I think we'll be back to full pace again for this one. Yeah, never likely we were going to see another one of those. Good from Dennis. He's actually bowled very well today. He's probably been the most accurate alongside Sharif and Safia. No ball. Having just said about his accuracy, he chucked one over Borrett's head. But he showed intelligence with his bowling up to now. That's a good delivery. Borrett attempting to flay it through the offside, but it tailed back in at him onto the boot. 43 extras. Had they had a little more control over their lines, you'd really say you could be looking at a very, very below par total here from Alex's 11. Those extras might be vital in the final reckoning. The last ball of the over from Sam Dennis coming up now as point moves over for Fox. Fox well outside his leg stump there and across onto off. Has he got bat on that? Leg by, the umpire says, so Fox stays on naught. That is the end of the over, the end of the 29th. 1 left in this rotation and it's 145 for 5. And James Crowther, the last bowler in this rotation, the 3rd completed rotation from Dan's 11. At the end of the 20th over, 87 for 2. Coming into the 30th, 145 for 5, so a really good fight back from Dan's team. Dot ball. Couldn't quite get over the top of it, Elliot Fox. Crowther in again. Oh, that's a bit of a pie. Not going to miss out on that, Elliot Fox. He's off the mark. Sat up short, swiveled away to the vacant square leg area. Needs a good response to that. And it's short again, it's in the air, dropped. And it's Yusuf Sharif and the arm comes in. How's that? Not given. Not given. Well, it's all happened there. Another short lollipop from Crowther. Fox smacked it straight to Sharif and dropped. Neil Murphy got the throw in. Umpire says not out. Somehow between them, Fox and Borrett have both managed to survive the same ball. There's the original drop. Should have been held. Late decision to run. And, oh, he's home. Good decision from Lewis Chapman at square leg. Dan's 11 not happy, but it looked there as though he was home. We'll have another look in slower motion. Yeah, he's made that. He's in. Really good umpiring. But it should have been taken anyway. Yusuf Sharif, who's probably been the standout fielder today. And yet somehow that's the 2nd catch he's contrived to drop. His ground fielding has been absolutely excellent, but the 2 chances that have come his way he's shelled. As well as taking a catch as well, earlier on in the piece. 150 up in the middle of all of that for Alex's 11. And Ricky Borrett on strike. Smacked. And an easy single. Great arm from Sharif that time. But comfortably home. Wow, what about that? What about that? Dan's 11 not happy, but you'd have to say it looked the correct decision. He was home. Good umpiring. Should have taken the catch. Oh, short ball and Fox misses out. 1 ball left in the over. An over that's not been short on drama. And that's a wide to finish it up. 153 at the end of the 30th. 153 for 5. Looks as though Adam Stevens is going to start us off with this rotation. 3 overs so far. Gone for just 2 runs. Been economical, if not overly threatening. That's up in the air. No bat on that, I don't think. No urgency from Stevens to reach it, which would indicate that he doesn't think there was any bat on it. Oh, he's had a flash at that, Borrett. Have been signs in the latter stages of this innings from Ricky Borrett that he is just beginning to get frustrated as he looks to put his foot down here. Ducks out the way of that. That was a good delivery from Stevens. One of the better bouncers we've seen today, and they really have gone to that bouncer a lot. Dug a lot in short. Probably been more balls shoulder height and above than there have been on the stumps, in all truth, today. Oh, where's that? Ah, it's going to be out. It's over the bounds. Another soft wicket, not the first in this innings from Alex's 11. They'll be very, very, very disappointed with that. That's the 3rd dismissal to be hit out of bounds today. Ricky Borrett. An unusual innings from his point of view. Subdued, really struggled to get going there. Looked at times like he was finding rhythm. 25 and gone. He'll be frustrated with that, and it brings to the crease another debutant, Ewan McGregor. Really excited to see how he gets on in this series. Really promising cricketer. Bowler by trade, but he can bat. Very level-headed, calm type of player. Not one to get flustered or rattled easily. Tends to just quietly go about his business. Hugely effective. We're looking forward to seeing him in action with the ball. But for now, he needs to pull something out of the hat with the bat. And they'll take that. Bye is given. Alex's 11, as you can see there, were 92 for 2 and now 154 for 6. And a lot of that has been their own doing. There's been some excellent bowling, but some really loose shots. That's in the air. Oh, has he got bat on it? I think that's another drop. Really let themselves down with the catching today, Dan's 11. If that is a drop, then that's by my count the 4th or 5th in this innings, as McGregor plays it down the line. Really has gone to and fro this innings. Really hard to tell who's been on top at certain points. We've had drop catches, we've had run-out opportunities, umpiring decisions that could have gone both ways. Really been all sorts. Good fielding from Stevens. McGregor gets off the mark. First run in backyard cricket for him. Stevens did well to ensure that it was just the one. Mears to Fox. That's in the air again. Oh, they've dropped another one. Oh, and that might be the softest of the lot. Appeal for a run out. They won't get that. And would you believe it? It's Yusuf Sharif again. And that may well be the softest of all of them. Why did he choose to go one-handed in the slips there? Second time they've dropped Elliot Fox. Second time Sharif has dropped Elliot Fox. Oh, they'll be disappointed with that one. That was a sitter, and Dan Mears is continuing this year where he left off last year. Good, accurate bowling, creating chances and being let down by his fielders. It was the story of his 2020 season with the ball, and it's been the story of his day-to-day with the ball as well. Turns to Alvin Sathya to make something happen here. Good pace, and McGregor lines it up nicely. Well, they could have had this innings done and dusted by now. With better fielding, better catching, Alex's 11 could have been all out by now. And once you take the extras into account as well, we could have been looking at a sub-100 score had Dan Mears had a bit more discipline from his side. But the one man who's not lacked for discipline is this man with the ball in hand now. Alvin Sathya has been excellent. That's nicely played from McGregor. They've done well to reduce him to just 1 wicket so far into his 4th over. Threatened with almost every delivery. Fox plays that well. Really well, actually. Got right above that, right over the top of the ball at high pace. Good batting that from Elliot Fox. These two both capable of hauling Alex's 11 up around 200, which has to be the target from here now. How close to 200 can they get? And they've seen off Sathya. That'll be a big blow to strike for Alex's 11. They'll be happy with that at the start of the rotation. They've seen off Alvin Sathya and Dan Mears already. And it looks like the call is for Sam Dennis to try and make something happen. Now this is interesting. Round the wicket to the right-hander. It's the first time we've seen this today. Bit of a change of angle. Brings something different to the table. And he started with a no ball. And call that a loosener as he gets used to the new angle. McGregor standing quite a long way across off stump. Could leave leg stump exposed if Dennis can find it here. Oh, and he has done. Oh, what about that? Looked as though McGregor was possibly taking a risk standing that far across his stumps, and Dennis has identified that and knocked leg stump over. Good delivery, clever bit of bowling. You'd have to say that's actually quite lazy cricket from McGregor. Left himself open to that delivery, but Sam Dennis has done brilliantly to execute that. Really good bit of bowling. McGregor goes for 2 on debut. It's a maiden backyard wicket for Sam Dennis, and that brings to the crease James Maguire. Bowler by trade. He can hold a bat, tends to save his best with the bat for important moments. Doesn't score many, but when he does, it's generally at a vital time. And I think this qualifies. 158 for 7, having been 92 for 2. Alex's 11 will feel like this is a waste. But for Dan's part, his side have fought their way back into this beautifully. Had a bit of luck and some cheap wickets along the way, but they bowled well by and large. As Maguire digs out his first delivery. Good moment that for Sam Dennis, first backyard wicket. He's been among the better bowlers today. And for a man whose primary skill is his batting, he's been very impressive. With the ball in hand here. He's been the most inventive of the bowlers, consistently coming up with new ideas. Going round the wicket there was a good ploy. Paid off almost immediately. Haven't seen that from him too often. He's been the one bowler who hasn't tended to veer into bowling short. And he's going to finish the over with another delivery from round the wicket here, this time to Maguire. We'll be hoping to avoid the mistake McGregor made. Oh, and he's got him! Oh, 2 balls round the wicket. 2 dismissals. Very good from Sam Dennis. That is a cracker. Don't think Maguire's done a lot wrong there. That one has moved back in on him late. It's tailed in. That's an excellent bit of bowling. May have played across himself a little bit there, Maguire, but it's hard to put too much blame on the batsman. That's an excellent delivery. And the end of the innings beckons now. Jake Butler, the last batsman to come to the crease. Well and truly, call him a ferret here, because he comes in after the Rabbits. Best of 32, which was a fabulously entertaining innings. You can see that on our YouTube channel from the 3rd test of last year's series. Really, some watched that 32 not out. Came off spectacularly there. Alex will be hoping he can do something similar today. And just a reminder that as it is 10 players per side, both teams will operate a last man standing. So still 2 wickets to be taken. Dan's 11 need to dismiss both of these batsmen. It's Fox on strike for Sharif, and a good nut. Good nut that from Yusuf Sharif. If only his performance in the field had matched his performance with the ball. He's bowled beautifully, but he's dropped 3 chances. One of which was an absolute sitter off of Elliot Fox. Oh, wafting at that one. Little bit too short potentially. Could get it right up there and test that block hole for Fox as he walks across his crease. Oh, that looks harsh. Wide given from the umpire. Didn't appear to be that wide. I think he's been fooled, the umpire, there by the fact that it swung after it had passed the batsman. 2 potentially important runs. That's a good delivery. Really, really good delivery. Sharif looking to finish up this over strong. And we do apologise, our main camera does seem to have gone down. Our main front on camera seems to have gone down, so we will be bringing you footage from the side angle for the time being. Do apologise for that technical issue, and we will bring you the footage from our front camera as soon as that is operational again. Once again, the front camera down, and we will be bringing you footage from the side angle only. We do apologise for this and hope to have that up and running again shortly. And it's Neil Murphy, the new bowler, bowling at Jake Butler. Good friends, these two, housemates. So there'll be a bit of competitive edge in this over. Oh, and it's an edge that Murphy's won immediately. Butler's out over the fence. A bit of a reckless shot, but that is what he does, Jake Butler. You accept that from him. But he'll be gutted to get out to his close friend and housemate. Smack that straight up in the air. It's 164 for 9. He's going to stay out there, Jake Butler, as the runner for Elliot Fox, who will now take over as last man standing. So just to confirm, Butler is out, but he's going to stay out there as a runner for Elliot Fox. And a third wicket for Neil Murphy. What a brilliant day for him. Not naturally a frontline bowler, but he works really hard at his bowling. He has improved so much over the last 12 months. And he's reaped spectacular rewards today. 3 for 25. Some confusion here. Now, what's gone on there? Fox has called through the single. Butler hasn't moved. Comical scenes here in Bromley. And there seems to be some confusion. Dan's 11 quite rightly believe that this should be run out. Fox has knocked it into the gap and run. Jake Butler doesn't seem to realise that his job as a runner is to do the running. And he stood his ground. And this should be the end of the innings. What is going on here? So Butler is leaving the field. What seems to have happened is that there's been some confusion from Butler's end on what his role was. And Dan's 11 very generously have allowed Fox to stay at the crease, but dispensed with the runner. So Fox is going to do all his own running here. And Dan's 11 will have to throw at one end to dismiss him by run out. That is very, very generous from Dan's 11. By all rights, Jake Butler should have been run out there. That should have been a wicket. And this is very good sportsmanship from Dan Mears to allow Fox to continue his innings and write that off as confusion. Bizarre scenes. One run has been added to the total. And Elliot Fox has been allowed to resume his innings. What a bizarre passage of play that was. And Murphy comes in. And wouldn't you just know it, the next ball crunched away to the boundary. A betting man might have put money on that. Short and wide from Murphy, and Fox drills it away and tries to do the same again there. Doesn't get back on it. Well, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before on a cricket field. Really bizarre there. Great sportsmanship from Dan's 11 and the captain himself, Mears. By all rights, this innings should have been over. Gurpal Singh on and down the leg side. And for those of you wondering why we are getting the side on view, just to reiterate again, unfortunately, we are experiencing a technical issue with our main camera, the front on camera. As Singh bowls to Fox, missed outside the off stump. We will attempt to bring you that front on camera footage soon. Hopefully we can have that up and running in time for when the next inning starts. We'll have a look at that during the break in innings and see if that camera can be repaired. For now, unfortunately, we are limited to the side view and will not be able to bring you any replays of anything that happens out there. As Singh drifts down the leg side. How close can Fox get them to 200 here? That's the key with this last man standing contribution. Get as many as you can and try and push them up to that 200 score that they would have been looking for. Throughout this innings, it's been hard to tell who's on top, but I don't think there's any doubt now that Dan's 11 will be the happier side. Some laughter around there. Fox running the bye, but shouted yes, yes, go on as he did so. And you'd have to say, Dan's 11 on top as it stands anyway at the moment at 170 for 9. But imagine the position they would be in if it was not for the 52 extras, as well as probably 5 or 6 drop catches. And he's going to run 2 here, Fox. Oh, that looks out. Yep, given. That's the end of that. Coming back for a second. 171 all out, Alex's 11. Fox's last man standing contribution doesn't last too long. Good arm from Dan Mears. And that brings this innings to a close. Fascinating. Fascinating performance from both sides. What a way to start this series. Alex's 11. 171, Maguire the standout, Neil Murphy 3 for 30. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. We have loved bringing this footage back to you. Please join us for the second innings when Dan's 11 will chase down that target at the Bromley Kent.